Hi, everybody. I'm happy to see you. Thank you for coming today. Um, I saw that Melinda did not seem to find the link I sent yesterday. Hopefully, she'll be right along. Um, but I had to start when I had to start. My apologies for looking rather haggard today. Not tired. I'm just having a really hard retrograde week with a Pisces sun that makes me extremely emotional. So there's that. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I did do another taping today of a Tao verse for you. Hi, Flowing, Cartomancy, Watcher, Vivian, Janet. So nice of you all to be here. I'm going to see if I missed anybody. MK Karen, Cat Mama, Sherry. Awesome. Hopefully Melinda will be along in a minute or so. Hi, Beth. Hi, Purple Elephant. Nice to see you. So yeah, just having a bad week. I think a lot of people are. So here she comes. Cindy and Mary Thornberry and Marby and Sharon Sipe. Hi, everybody. Melinda, you got it backwards.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay, honey. Everybody, Melinda, you got it backwards.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay, honey. There you are.
Hello.
All right. Hello, Melinda. It's good to see you. Got a lot of people waiting on you here. Anxious to see you.
It's good to see you all too.
All right. So we got an echo.
Yeah, I just turned that down. Is that right? Is that okay?
That's better. I don't. Let me check. Nope, I don't hear it anymore. Thank you.
All right.
Hello, Vivian. Anyway, thank you so much, Melinda, for first of all wanting to come on. And I know there are some things you would like to talk about, and I'm thinking you still probably want to. But if we could also talk about, the resilience questions, for Cat Mama's interview, I would love
Absolutely.
to do that. Yeah, because I was going to talk to you about that before I start. Thank you. I appreciate that. But first, I want to just say welcome to my channel. Welcome to everybody in the chat. And I'm so pleased to have you. And I'm also so pleased to know that you're working on your own channel. And I've been able to watch it some of the time. And you're doing really well. And I wish you lots of luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything behind the false teeth real tarot?
Well, what's in the front of it is that I forgot my glasses over there, so I cannot see the chat.
Oh, well, go get them.
So,
Go get them.
oh no, are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, I'll be right back, guys.
Yep, it should be a good.
Entertain yourselves.
All right, I can do some mime. How's that? So I hope everybody's got some great plans for the weekend. I don't know if it's going to be nice where you are, but I wish, even if it isn't, I hope everybody has. Hi, Janet. Wow, got a lot of peeps.
Ta-da!
There you go. Wow, amazing what the glasses do, isn't it?
Right.
So, if you don't know, False Teeth Real Tarot is the name of, and I'm sure you all know. How did you come up with that, Melinda?
Well, for about 3 or 4 months, I had some names on a piece of paper. That one kept coming up because I wanted to be real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have a set of false teeth, and I used to wear them all the time, but it made me feel so false. You know?
I get it. I get it. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? If you're comfortable without them, then so be it. And, I admire you for your authenticity. So I'm going to say that right now. Yeah.
I'm just trying to look for a good spot here.
Okay, Melinda. Hi, Libra
Hi.
lady. I'm glad you're here too. Yeah, everybody's here today. So great. Melinda, you've been in the community before you opened your own channel. You've been in the community for a very long time, as far as I know.
Right.
When did you come? When did you come?
Well, it was what had happened is that I was somehow, you know how it is, how things come up on
Yeah.
YouTube. I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
even watching YouTube. The grandkids were,
Oh.
and but I had set them up with kids YouTube,
Uh-huh.
and I thought everybody always talks about YouTube. Well, my kids, everybody always talked about YouTube. So I clicked on it one day, and I was watching some news journals that I could have watched on TV, which I never watched TV. So I got to get a drink. I'm
Okay.
nervous. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right, Melinda. You take your time. I want you to be comfortable.
Okay. And then, but Cash Peters came up. So I started watching him. And then one day he mentioned a tarot reader that he really admired from Australia. So I couldn't remember the name. I didn't even realize that I should have rewatched it or anything like that because I just started watching YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
And so here I am. I'm watching it, and so I click on or I search for Australian um, tarot readers or something. I don't even remember what I put in there.
Mm-hmm.
But and then Chrissy from Footprint Tarot, she was on there,
Uh-huh.
and it was either her or the lady you had on the other day,
Marianne.
um, Marianne. I may have watched. I think it was Chrissy though. Honestly, that I
Mhm.
seen first, and I thought, man, I'm not gonna watch this stuff. This is craziness. You know what I mean? And then I got another few minutes, between all the raising three grandchildren, small,
Mhm.
would give me. So it's probably after hours. And so I started venturing out and I seen other tarot readers, and I thought, man. And then I remembered, man, these are just sitting right here too. Then I remembered the medicine cards. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
I
That
have
I
them.
had,
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, they were gifted to me 15, 20 years ago. I don't even remember.
Hmm.
And well, I'm not looking at the chat though. I'm going to take them off. And but I guess it's just another thing that makes me feel like it's false. You know what I mean? Got to put something else on to,
It's
it's
getting
just I
old,
don't.
Melinda. That's what it is. We hate getting old.
That's it. That's what it
That's it.
is. That is what it is.
Uh-huh.
Why aren't my eyes working? But anyway, I found everybody else, and it was wonderful.
Wow. So then you just uh, decided to go to YouTube more often, and it just kept coming, is what I'm
Yeah,
getting.
it just
Yeah.
kept
Yeah. Okay.
calling me. It
Okay.
just kept calling me.
Okay. So, Rochelle, yes, I did. I had Marianne from Revealing Light, but it was a pre-recorded show, and it took me a long time to get her. So she is on
Okay,
my
I'm
channel
old.
if you want to watch it. So, all right. So, so when did you start? I guess you were probably doing it. When did this thing with 45 and COVID and all that? When that first happened, were you in there looking for answers as well?
No, how that whole thing started was it was in November of I started watching because I like zombie movies, and that's what it all started out. I was looking for zombie movies, zombie shorts, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I would watch the like from other countries because there wasn't any new shorts from around here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'd already watched
Yeah.
them, and
Mm-hmm.
so I seen this one, and I thought, oh my god, that looks so real. They did a really good job, and it was people just like dropping off in the streets and stuff like this. So this was before because then in Ohio, the doctor that would come on with the governor, she said that she had learned in December, and then everybody else started hearing about it on YouTube and stuff like that, the news, and people started picking it up.
Hmm.
But I learned from it, and in November or the first couple of weeks of December, I thought, oh my God, if it's really there, because I kept watching the ones they were um, like boarding people up in their homes. And the
Yeah.
one guy, he had a cell phone, and he was running from these people, and they're yelling at him, "You was at the hospital. You was at the hospital. You got to go into quarantine and all this kind of stuff." He got to
Hmm.
his house, and they was beating on his door, and that's when I realized that it was real, because this guy was. I've never
Yeah.
seen an actor be that scared.
Sure.
You know what I
Sure.
mean?
I do.
And so I ended up. I took like almost $2,000, and I stocked the house in groceries to make sure that, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I'm
Yeah.
crazy like that. And then
Right.
I thought, because if it's there, it's here too,
Sure.
you know? And
Yeah.
so, I mean, eventually all that food got ate, but I mean, canned goods. I was buying canned goods and freezer.
Sure.
I bought a whole freezer and everything,
Right.
stocked it, because I just
Right.
didn't know where it was going to go. I just knew it was going to be big.
Sure. Of course. So, did you turn to the community at all at that time to hear readers talking about COVID or talking about 45 or any political stuff?
They were
And
definitely talking about 45, and they weren't
uh-huh.
talking about COVID yet, but they
Okay.
were definitely talking about 45.
Yeah.
So,
And did you meet a lot of people in those, you know what I mean by meet? I mean, in the chat, you got to
oh
know a
yeah,
lot of
oh
people.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
So, yeah, one of the best parts of the community is that we can sort of feel comfortable with finding the same people, even on other channels in the chat. So it's like you have this community, even though it's separated by different channels, and you're able to come together with those people that you feel comfortable with. Would you say?
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, because I think Sheila, I heard Sheila talking, because her and Whimsy had a channel, or had they were separate, and then they got together and made a channel.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I think somebody else was with them too, and I can't remember who it was. Or
Okay.
maybe they had guests on or something. But but then they started separating for whatever reason, and uh Sheila started collabing with a lot of people,
You
and when
Celtic
she started
Celtic Sheila? Celtic Tarot? Is that who you mean?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
okay. Just want to
yeah,
make sure.
the
Yeah.
the one without the H.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And but she started collabing with all these people, and and then everybody started collabing, and I was
Yeah.
like, man, this is awesome, because everybody's becoming a family. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
it just
There.
felt so welcoming.
Yeah. Yeah. That and I see that becoming more and more as time goes on, because I really didn't turn to YouTube myself until probably October of last year. I had a channel, but I never looked at the tarot or anything like that. But after I did, like you, I found Marianne, and I found Linda G, and I found a few. Um, I found Andrea at the Lilac Lantern. A lot of those people, and actually, they helped me through my uh, fears, I guess. Just and then there were other people there too, so I felt like I was connected into that community, and I know you were there because I've seen your name right from the very beginning. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I remember you and your old man sitting
Yep.
up, and you guys were talking to Renee and
Okay. Yeah.
um, Andrea. I think it was.
Mhm.
It was some other people. There was people on a couch. I remember that.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
remember you and your old man was together, and then you started doing your own thing, and I was thinking, I was like, come on, Allie, it's gonna make it. I know it is. Under my breath, I was just saying that. I was cheering you on. I really was, because I
Yeah.
just thought
Thanks.
you just you had this shine that wasn't fully shining yet. I don't know how to explain it,
I do
but
understand. It was like, yeah, it just needed to be polished a bit, right?
yeah, it was like it all. and then it just went,
Uh-huh.
and it's
Yeah.
still going. Them
Oh,
rays are still
that's
going, and
awesome.
they're not going to stop until the time stops.
Yeah. Until we go to the other side at some point.
That's right.
So you don't have to say exactly where you are, but Mary wonders what part of Ohio you're in
Cincinnati.
that
Oh,
area.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. I got these
That's all right.
bifocals, and so
Uh-huh.
I'd have to lift it up like this, and I don't want to show everybody up my nose or anything.
No
Mm.
problem. No problem. Yeah, I can put it up
It's,
again. Yeah, she just Mary Thornberry wanted to know. And for some
okay.
reason I thought you were with Sherry down in Louisiana. I didn't know you were in Ohio. I don't know why. Yeah. So, all right. Oh, hello, Flora. Speaking of Australia, it's good to see you. Thank you for coming on. Oh, okay. Mary says maybe you can meet someday. There you go.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
see all of those. You know how Andrea does those sleep things?
Yeah.
I see how everybody is going to get together in either the dream state or in a big field and just have like Woodstock of wood tarot. You know what I mean?
I do. I do. I really feel that way as well. It's just so nice that, and I think a lot of other people really would like that to happen once we're all squared away with COVID and all that
Right.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Arlene McMahon. We're glad to have you here too. Thank you for coming. So, what are you in most need of? Are you in need of when you turn to YouTube? Were you in need of a community? Were you in need of compassion, um, kindness, feeling like you had people you could turn to if you needed to, or getting answers that you might like? Is there anything in?
Probably. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut
No,
into you.
no, it's fine. No, it's okay.
Probably company
Okay.
because I was taking the kids like to the parks and stuff like that, but I would go to a park that there wasn't very many children or anything like that. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
we had made our own masks and all this kind of stuff. You know, and people would look at us funny, but you know,
Yeah.
I'm sure those same people ended up realizing why.
Yeah.
You
Fine.
know,
Well,
yeah.
are they pretty good in your area about wearing masks or doing physical distancing, or is that all gone now?
Well, it's half and half. You
Okay.
know, it just truly is. You know, I remember going into Sam's Club and over there in Cheviot, and I put on my mask. You know, I wasn't even double masking then. Now I am. You
Mhm.
know, I double mask every time.
Yeah.
But I walked in there, and this lady was wearing a flag on her back,
Okay.
and she was with a friend of hers, or sister, or partner, whoever she was.
Uh-huh.
And oh my God, if her eyeballs could talk, you know, she was trying to get that woman's attention, and like she did everything, you know, and her eyeballs, I swear I thought they was going to come out of her socket. No lie. And they were as big as quarters.
Right.
And so finally she nudged her and she was like, you know, like that, because I was wearing a mask. And I was like, are you kidding me? Because this was the mandate wasn't lifted yet or anything. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It's all good because, you
Yeah.
know, everybody's got their own flavor. You know,
I
they
guess
just
you're right.
do.
I guess you're right. I get it a lot. Now we have a mandate back in place in Washington. But I have this mask that says vaccinated and still masked.
There you
So,
go.
so if anybody, thinks that it's for another reason, then that's what I do.
Hmm.
Yes, Kaya Noel, this is sort of second in our resilience series. Melinda and I have other things we wanted to talk about, but she's willing. Yes, it is. It's number 2, and we're moving on. We're gonna next week we'll have
Number
more.
2, because we are the shit.
That's it.
That's why I'm
You're the
wearing
shit.
brown today.
I love that. That's wonderful. Hi, Squadio Data. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, it is their problem if they don't like your mask, but there are a lot of people that are sort of reaching out and, sort of attacking people. There was one in New
Yeah.
York where some people from Texas came to eat at a restaurant, and the girl that was going to seat them asked them where their vaccination cards were because they have to show that there, and where their masks were, and they pretty much cold cocked her right in the face and started attacking her for that. I
Oh
know.
my gosh.
There comes a point where I just shake my head and say, what the hell's going on? It's really
Absolutely.
ridiculous. Yeah,
It's
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 really
ridiculous. I'll reshape and put this someplace else.
no worries. No worries.
That's my favorite saying. No worries.
No worries.
I've
Yeah,
said that forever, man. That's my favorite. It really, honest to
it
God,
really
is.
is. I remember hearing it for the first time and thinking, oh wow. And I think it's like no worries, life is what it is, and just let it roll off your back like a duck because there's nothing you can do about
That's
it.
right.
Whereas,
Like a
yeah,
duck.
like a duck. Absolutely.
Yep.
So, is there anything before we move on to what it is that you originally wanted to talk about, which actually I feel bad because we wanted to do that before the Women's March. But anyway, is there anything else that you might like to talk about with regard to, uh, the YouTube and how it's helped you? I think what you explained when you said you took the grandkids to the park, that you're with kids all day. So this is your adult time. That's what I'm getting out of this.
It was, but they went back to their mother
Oh,
a
okay.
couple of months back. And
Okay.
so that's a whole nother story that this isn't
That this
about,
is
definitely.
okay. But you
Okay, I
did
tell you
turn
what,
to
how
it.
about everybody? I can see the chat from my or tablet, and I have not hit that thumbs up yet. How about we go, let's count down like Jen and them did, and you did. And on three, everybody smash this thumb, okay? Or lightly, really. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Watch him go, Allie.
All right. Awesome sauce. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, it really does make a difference. I had just reached my 2,000 subscriber, actually got 2006. Yes, and I thank you all, one and all, for that. I will say in my other chat that I said, it isn't all about that I have to have but it just shows me that I'm doing the right thing. That's what it really
Oh,
brings, and
you
it
are
brings so
definitely
much
doing the
joy.
right thing, Allie.
Yeah, yeah.
You have got a heart of gold, and it
Oh, well,
shows.
you're sweet, Melinda. Thank you. So, dear, now I'm going to open this up to you and to talk about what you would like to talk about. Um, the reason, first of all, that you really wanted to come and talk, if you remember.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
You remember. All
I
right.
remember that.
Uh,
Um, okay, if so you don't want to ask questions about it. You just want me to just like.
I can ask questions if you want me to. Do you want me to? So you feel more comfortable where to go, or I can
Okay,
prompt it.
I will start out this way. How about that? And then you could ask me questions when
All
I
right.
stop, because I more
All
than
right.
likely will. Okay, on somebody else's channel, they were talking about um, sexual abuse and rape and then the Roe versus Wade thing all came up, and or maybe that was happening before that, but it all kind of clashed together. And what I really wanted to talk about and really wanted to get out there was that there's a safe place, and if you can't um, go to a friend that is a physical friend, we have community family here, and we are friends and family. And I know for myself, um, I don't know at what age my dad started molesting me, and I do know that a family friend, um, started taking me to different places. And the very first place that he took me to, I will take off my glasses when I talk because I'm not going to watch the chat.
Mhm.
But the first place that he took me to, I remember he said, we're going to stop here because I have to talk to a friend about something. I mean, I was only like 4 or 5 years old. And so he pulled over and off the side of the road, and he opened up my door and he took my hand because I mean I was tiny,
Little kid.
and we started. I was on the other side, but we started walking across this field, and I remember looking up, and I said, "There's no houses here." I said, "Where does your friend live?" And he said, "Oh, he just lives over there where those woods are." And I said, "Okay," because who I was a child, you know, and
Sure.
so we walked over into these woods, and I remember I had this. It was my favorite too. I always have liked vests, and oh my God, you know what? That was the only girly girl vest I have ever owned. I just clicked that 2 and 2.
Hmm.
It was this beautiful blue color, like royal blue, but it was real soft, and it had some kind of pattern where there was like white mixed into it. And he asked me to take it off, and I said, "No, this is my favorite." And he said, "You got to take it off." And I think he took it off of me, honestly. And then he laid it down on the ground, and he said, "Lay down." And I said, "No, I'm not tired." And anyway, he made me lay down. And what I do remember, I remember feeling a feeling, and but I remember looking up, and when I looked up, it was all these, like, because it was a clearing where we were, and there was all these trees, and at the top of the trees you could see the sky, and all of a sudden there was this. I heard a hawk,
Hmm.
the sound of a hawk, and then I seen it flying, and that little area of sky, it seemed like it took a long time, and that the eye, I remember seeing the eye of this hawk, and it like cocked its head and it looked down at me, and all of a sudden I was with this hawk,
Hmm.
and I was flying. I was like flying, looking around. I had no idea what was going on with my body at that time. At
Hmm.
that point, as soon as I seen the hawk's eye, it was like virtual collabs. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
know how to explain it,
Yeah.
but we was there together, and I remember seeing the field that we just walked across, and then all this other stuff, and we just went on this ride, and I
Wow.
guess when he was done, somehow or another I came back to my body, and then we ended up going to his house, because that's where we was originally going, because I was supposed to spend the weekend with at his house, and because he had kids about my age.
Okay. Wow. I had no idea that's where you were going with all of this, that this is something that you experienced this at such a young age, and how you dealt with it, really leaving your body in order to just not be there and be present, because at that age, that was something else that you were able to do. That, number one. There are some people in the chat that can't listen to this because it's triggering their PTSD, and
See,
I
that's
said
if
it's
they are
okay.
still here, we
Yeah.
will tone it down at right
Yeah.
now.
No, it's
This
okay.
is for you.
No, it's
This is
okay.
for you.
You need this. You needed to talk about it. This is a safe place, and if other people have to go, then that's their choice.
Oh
But
yeah, they can,
yeah,
but they could
yeah,
also ask a question too.
sure,
And
of
I would
course.
love to answer any questions.
Okay.
This is what I could picture of it is that we're on a boat and there's a life raft, there's like this dinghy, and there's this what do you call it? With it's white and it's got the red rope and you throw it.
Yeah.
And I'm
A life jacket, that life raft thing. Yeah.
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 And we're like throwing it out in the water. And if you want to reach a hold of it and grab it, reach a hold of it and grab it and ask any question you'd like and I'll answer you. Because I've been through years and years and years of help, self-help. The neighbor's dogs is out and I put them in the kitchen so that way they wouldn't be in
Okay.
here.
My dog may end up talking with them. That's
Yeah,
all.
they're communicating like, what dog's out there? Are they peeing? Can you smell it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, God bless you is right. Everyone says, this is a horrible experience. They're
Oh, it made me who I am.
but sending you love and light and
Thanks,
amazing
everybody.
share, an amazing share. And you're right. I think that it's your truth, as Seascape says. Take courage. It happened to her sister, and she's dealing with it to this day. There are a lot of people out there who can relate to this in a different way. But
Oh
at the same
yeah.
time, it's not something that people, well, it isn't who wants to talk about it, number one, who wants to hear about it, number two, but it needs to be heard. So, many people can heal from that. And so, yes, I agree that the questions or anything else that they are giving you is something that is a beautiful thing. And these are the types of things that
I'm grabbing a pillow.
okay, honey. These
I'm back.
types of things, okay, these types of things that we go through, I haven't gone through that. I can't say that I have, and I understand, but my daughter did. And so, and it happened with her. My nephew was watching her. She was 7, he was 14, and it took 7 years to come out. So I think all of us know somebody, at least, that has gone through this. And being able to speak about it in such a public way is very courageous. And yeah, it's brave of you. Purple Elephant says it's brave of you to tell your story. It is. And
Oh,
God
that's
bless
just,
you.
in
Yeah.
all honesty, that's just one little slice of the pie.
Oh, I'm
And
sure.
but I won't go any further. You know what I mean? Because I know it triggers people. I just wanted to just throw it out there. So if anybody wanted to talk about it, you know what I mean? Because Allie and I can be here for support, and anybody else that you want to reach out to or just listen to or whatever your I mean, this took years.
Oh, I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did. Here's something, Melinda. Teresa Levine says, thank you for talking about this. I used to leave my body, but at 4, what else could you do to try to protect yourself? Especially if your family knew and did nothing. And a lot of times that was the truth. That's right. A lot of people.
That's definitely the truth.
Yeah, they're told, oh, that didn't happen. Uncle John wouldn't do that, or this friend wouldn't do that.
He was just tickling you.
Yeah. Didn't mean to touch you there. That kind of thing. Yeah. I think what it did do, though, was provide you the courage to know that if your child came to you, whether male or female, that you would not do that to them. Don't you think? I mean,
and I let them know. I let them know
Uh-huh.
from get go. If anybody ever messes with you,
Yeah.
that because you know what tickling is. Because I mean, they
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
they were
Yep.
raised up with a bunch of tickling. You know what I mean? Because
Yes, I do.
I'm
Yep.
just a big kid. You know,
Yeah.
and
I get it. Yeah. Yeah.
so I let them know if anybody hurts you
Hmm.
in that way, you know,
I now
that
see.
doesn't
I
feel
told my
right.
daughter the same thing, but she still didn't come to me. She blocked it
Mm.
for years, and one day came
Oh,
home from school and remembered it all. So I think that can happen. Teresa, I'm sorry. Also, that happened to you and anybody else that's here who it happened to. You don't have to say it. I agree, Bugaboo. Thank you. May we all send healing energy to the little girl that was Melinda. And we all have that inner child. So I just
yeah.
want to send you love from the community, love, appreciation, um, thanking you for bringing up the topic and knowing that it's a difficult one to talk about for everyone. And another reason I think is at the time we were also talking about the fact that Texas was trying to disempower women by
Right.
taking away their right to an abortion. What if they had been raped? What if they had been abused? You know, there was no ifs, ands, or buts at that time. And
Mm-mm.
you know,
No.
it could well happen in other places. And we need to protect that right. Absolutely protect that right. But yes, so just take a minute to give Melinda all the love for her inner child. I see there's a couple of other comments that I'd like to bring up, but I want you to know that I'm surrounding you with pink love and light.
Thank you, Allie. And it's all going to everybody that's hearing it now and later, or if they have to leave and maybe come back because
Hmm.
of curiosity, you know, if they got to watch 5 minutes at a time,
Yep.
whatever, however it goes,
Yes.
may all the love just empower you and just lift you up
There you go.
because sometimes we need a safe hug.
We do.
We need a
And you know what?
safe.
We can give ourselves a really good one if we can't get one anywhere else. So just put those
Absolutely.
arms around yourself. Oh dear. Um, so Karen, MK Karen used to teach sexual abuse in the Ohio, I'm guessing schools. Um,
Nice.
I did not know this. That's beautiful. And it's something that they need to talk about. Um,
Awesome.
I know. Judy Buck says, what you really want people to know is the angel in a hawk form that helped you, right?
Ooh, I
I
like
love
that.
that, Judy. Yes.
Yes, thank you,
That
Judy.
hawk saw you down there, and that hawk was your angel that uplifted you and allowed you to just sort of disembody yourself while this was all going on.
Yeah.
I've heard this happens uh, in many cases to some people who are very spiritual if this is going on, but I never heard about it happening to a really young child. But that the fact that you can remember all of that, you can almost
Oh,
remember
that's
everything about it. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that's embedded. Huh, that is embedded. I had never
Yeah.
forgot about.
I'm sure. I'm sure it is. Yeah. How could you forget? Yeah. Um, Teresa said they got her dad out of jail because they didn't want anyone to know how bad he was, but let us um, kids be with him. And this is another thing that you know people will enable somebody that they already know was an abuser, and certainly in the past. I don't know what it's like now, but in the past it was, and people. It actually happened to my husband's first wife, which she had a lot with her father and her father. She had like a family of 5 or 6 girls, and he took care of all of them. He did it to every one of them. And then he tried to shoot his wife in the head, and
Mm.
it missed important parts, let's put it that way, and she lived, and she stayed with him
Oh, Lord
because
God.
we got that going on too. We got, oh,
Yeah.
I can't be anything without this person, I can't do it on my
Right.
own, We need that empowerment to come out of this as well. If you're in an abusive relationship, then you need to know what to do to get out of it. Like you said, go to somebody, tell somebody, and see what resources can be found in that case.
Yes.
Okay, for elementary children, yeah, it's sadly more common than we would believe. Yes, I really do believe that, because as an adult, and since this has become more and more talked about, I've had a lot of people tell me this, but not in such a public way. And I'm very proud of you. Flowing says, I love you, Melinda.
I love you too, Flowing.
And Mary, some never talk and never deal with it, but you are, and looks like Teresa did as well. So let me see, hold on.
My sister's name, the one that's right, because Mom and Dad had 8 kids, 4 boys, 4 girls, and I was the 7th child, and the only one that he did not mess with, and because he was a sick man, because he hurt my brothers too, and
your mother never knew or wouldn't believe you?
No, no. I think it was because we were scared to tell.
Oh, you never told her. Okay.
Oh no!
Sure.
Oh no!
Yeah.
And Mom was dealing with enough of her stuff because Dad was an alcoholic, and he's got like 30 some odd years into. I mean, he's 98, and Christmas or New Year's Eve he'll be 99, still living. That man. Okay, I don't know. There's an old saying about it's hard to kill evil. That's all I'm going to say about it.
And,
it
seems like it. Yeah. No, a lot of people live a long time that are not very nice people. You're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And he was just a bad man, you know, and he ended up having, after Mom finally divorced him, he got with this, or they got divorced because he ended up in AA finding this chick named Pam, and that's a whole nother story. But they had a child. They got married.
And you know what happened?
Oh yeah, because she had 2 daughters. Because she had 2 daughters already.
Okay. All right.
And so I'm just going to say about that is that my brothers and sisters wanted me to go to court for him, because I said, yeah, let me go to court. Let me go to court and I will tell the truth. You better believe I will. And then they said, no, 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 it's okay. You So I didn't go to court. You know, they didn't have me go to court.
It's always us that are supposed to apologize to these demons for some reason. And you weren't going to do it. Good for you. Good for you.
And I found out about a year ago, because we was at it would have been longer than a year. My perception of time is way off. It was before the pandemic stuff. At a July 4th, that's always family reunion, you know.
Yeah.
And somehow or another, probably because he still feels guilty, and I would imagine that's so.
They usually don't feel guilty, though.
Well, I think he's starting to feel something, because he knows he's got one foot over the other side.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And he don't want to take it with him.
Payback is there. Yeah, understood. Yeah.
Yes, and so he said, he started laughing, and he said, "Oh, I knew I wasn't going to get in any trouble, because his sponsor from AA was the person at the courthouse that did something, but he was in the courtrooms, and he was able to go back with the judges and the lawyers and stuff. So he already knew, because he put the word in that's his sponsee."
I see.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
he was manipulative in other ways. Obviously. Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
So Judy thought she could protect her kids. It still happened. and I thought I could protect my daughter, and it still happened. So I understand completely. And my daughter is actually a marriage and family counselor now, but not married, no kids. That's her choice. But
Mm-hmm.
oh boy. So let's see. There's a lot of survivors here. We have the same story. Mom knows, but chose him over us. You're brave, Melinda, and it is a testimony for those more fearful. And I totally agree. I totally agree. The fact that you have brought this up, brought it to the front to the community. Whether anybody else ever talks about their own issues or knowing someone who went through the same issues, there is an opening here for healing. And we can always, people can reach out across different emails or meet on Zoom or whatever. If you feel like you want to talk to them or you feel like you need somebody to talk to, that's what this community is. We don't always talk in a show, but we always are there for each other. And certainly I'm seeing so much support for you. And of course I would know that would happen. Yeah. Wow. So you did end up going to have counseling, or you just did a lot of self-help? What did you do,
It
Melinda?
was a lot of self-help. I did end up going to counseling. It was right before COVID hit because of all the things that transpired into my life. When I was 15 years old, I moved out. And how I'll say this is that all the things that happened and the mindset that I was at of all the different things. There was a lot of different stuff. But so when I was an adult and I had my own store and I would barter with people, and they would have something, but they would want something else. And so, I didn't care. It's just, you need something, or if they didn't have any money or whatever, I would, whatever you got to do, to, I don't want to get into all that. But anyway, I guess this couple, it was a man and a lady, this couple, because she didn't want to do anything with this man, for whatever reason.
Right.
And but she allowed her husband to do things, which I didn't know any of this at this point. They come in and I guess I had it wrote on my forehead or something. I don't know, because we carry this banner with us, and people like that can, even though I had all that help under my belt, I was still picked out.
You were vulnerable. Yeah.
Yes. I guess they seen me helping people or something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it was. I shouldn't have said that because I don't want anybody to stop helping people, because helping people is just the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should all help each other.
Some people take advantage of it, and we just have to be really careful about boundaries is what it is.
Yes.
Yes.
It ended up to where I was going over and I was helping them cut grass, and just all kinds of stuff.
Wow. Yeah. They were taking full advantage of you. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was putting up a fence for them. But she went on a trip, and she asked me if I would check in on him, because he's like 15 years older than I am, maybe. And when you look at him, he almost looks kind of frail because of his age. But I didn't realize.
Bill Cosby looked frail, remember? Yeah.
Yes.
Makes you feel bad for him. Yeah.
Yes. And he called me up and asked if he could use because he knew I had a TINS unit. A TINS unit is something that you put it on, like I would put it on my back and my legs and stuff like that, because it
Mm-hmm.
like stimulates it and it makes it feel a little better, or
Mm-hmm.
kind of like numbs it out or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
he asked if he could borrow it. So I took it over there to him. And I mean, it's like a 20-25 minute drive. And I take it over there, and I was kind of hurting myself that day anyway because I did too much. And so when I got there, I don't even know. I don't even know how this happened, but he did not enter me, but he took my hand and put it in a place, and I could have took this man and broke him in half.
Of course. Of
How
course.
I
He was
could not have done it.
violating
What I was is I was a small child.
again. Yes. Yes. It brought you back
Yes.
to that. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Nothing's your fault. Nothing. None of this has anything to do with your fault. Yeah. And Judy says every time that she thinks she has it licked, there's another crack they find to get in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
True.
Well, very powerful testimony today. Very powerful. Um, I don't know if there's anything else that you would like to talk about today or say. I do want to honor you. And I also want to honor those in the chat who have had similar things happen to them. And to
Does
let
anybody have
people,
any questions?
yeah, does anyone have any questions for Melinda? Do you feel that, like
Yes.
Judy, that many times that you think you have it licked, then the crack comes through? Did you feel like that? Yeah.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
what that crack is, though, it's another opportunity for healing.
It is. You're right.
It's
You're right.
another opportunity for healing.
Uh-huh.
And
Yep.
and
There is,
sometimes we may cry, sometimes we may do whatever, but it's healing.
it is healing,
And
Melinda.
we got to be here for each other for that.
Absolutely. There's a beautiful way that they fix broken pottery in Japan. They take it and they fill in the cracks with a gold, I don't even know what it is, a gold liquid, I guess, that hardens and fills up the cracks. And they make something that's broken and ugly into something that's absolutely beautiful. And so
Yeah.
you are filling up those cracks by doing what you're doing and helping other people to understand that they aren't the only one. The ones that think they must have done something to create this, which is absolutely crazy. Even
Oh
if they
yeah,
were,
that's another
it doesn't,
false.
yeah, it's another false reality.
Mm-hmm.
Judy says she blesses you for opening the door. And she says it will be a healing place. Live loving and love living. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Judy.
And Rochelle says, powerful, honor all that have had this happen to them. Yeah. And healing is important. Thank you for being you. And you know what, Melinda? Although I didn't have the same kind of experience as you did, I don't regret anything that's happened to me, bad or good, because it has made me who I am today. And you are who
That's
you
right.
are today, even though you had horrible things happen to you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Everything. It doesn't matter what experiences we have. You're
Right.
right. It makes
Yeah.
us who we are.
It does.
And
It does. And I don't
it
know
can
about you,
either
but I
break
really
you or
like
it
who
can
I
take
am.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. I like who you are and I like who I am. And
Yeah.
you know, we have to honor that, but we still do need to set boundaries with people who try to intrude in any way that makes us uncomfortable. But when you're 4 or when you're 24, or you know, you don't know although you did know right away, you got that child coming back to you, that whole horrible, creepy feeling. And yeah, but it was a violation, a total. I
Oh
hope you
yeah.
never went back there again. I hope.
I went back one more time months later with a friend to get my
Okay,
tools,
there you get your tools. Yep.
but he wasn't there. His
Okay.
wife was.
Yeah. I had an experience where I lived with a married couple for a little while when, with my daughter, who was about 3 or 4. And this man was a heavy drinker, but he was kind of like one of those braggarts. You know, he was a Marine and he was not handsome in any way at all. And one night I was downstairs changing my clothes, and because I was in the basement, and he said, "Allie, are you down there?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll be right up in a minute." And I turn around, he's standing there. I said, "What do you want?" And, I know what he wanted. And I said, "You need to leave right now." And I got the hell out of there. And but I couldn't tell his wife what he did because I felt like she was kind enough to let me stay there. She probably thought I let him on. So we got a whole other conversation with things like that, where I had no interest in her husband at all in any way.
Right.
But,
Right.
and then, then she thought for sure that I left because I was in love with him or some bullshit like that. But anyway, I had to get myself out of there. It was scary. It was very scary. And nothing happened, really. Nothing really happened.
Right. But that was
But
probably the story she had to tell herself.
I think so.
Because we lie
Yeah.
to ourselves.
We do.
And we do when we don't want to face
Right.
the reality. We will put in our own reality.
That's right.
And we'll believe it full-heartedly if we have to.
Yeah. Yep, we do. Thank you, MK Karen. Yes, I think it is important to talk about these subjects if people want to share. I know these aren't comfortable for people telling or listening, but at the same time, everybody has their free will to come and go. So thank you. And Judy says the horrible thing for her is PTSD keeps me reliving your abuse, that you have to work on it all the time. Is that true for you as well? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, because we're not the victim anymore. We got to take the power back, and right. When we take the power back, then we're no longer the victim.
That's right.
We are. And as long as you have to be a victim mentally, be it until you're ready. Until you're ready to heal. Because that's just a part of the healing process too.
It is. It is.
And we have to be able.
We all need to. Unfortunately, this is shadow times 100. It's holding that in and having that experience. So, thank you everyone for staying and listening to Melinda and being here with us today. And I know you will send her lots of love and still continual healing and white light for you, Melinda, and a lot of admiration for you telling your story to us today. Thank you.
And if anybody wants to reach out, but they don't want to put it in my chat in any kind of a way because they don't want anybody else to know, is it okay if I take a second?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. My email is Melinda, Melinda, all small letters, and then the first 3 letters of my last name, DUT. So Melinda Dutt at gmail.com. And now I won't open it up, and because I get, like everybody else, probably we get about 200 emails a day, and it's mostly junk. And so if you put like
healing. How about the word
healing? Yes, beautiful. I couldn't pick a word out.
That's okay.
There was 1,000 of them right there.
I know, but we got to pick a good one, not a bad one. We don't want to pick abuse.
Healing.
We want to pick healing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
put that up there in either the subject or the first word, and I'll know that I need to open it up. And
Okay.
we could talk about anything you want. Anything. And we don't even have to start talking about this, you know.
Yep.
Or if you guys want my phone number and we could talk that away,
Sure.
email me. I'll give you my phone number, you know, and
Yeah.
you could text because some people can't verbally talk about
Yep.
things,
Yep.
or we
Thank
could
you for being
talk
that
on the phone.
resource. Thank you for being that resource, Melinda. That's very kind of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And please, please go over and check out her channel because she's fabulous. False Teeth, Real Tarot. Yeah. Oh yeah. T
Thank
Barb
you.
says either that or put hearts in the subject. That would also be very visible. So that's
Oh,
a
there
great
you go.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Okay,
go. Thank you,
everybody.
T-Bar.
Sending a positive love to all of you today, and
To
especially to Melinda
everybody.
and those in the chat, especially those who have been brave enough
And
to also share.
Allie. And especially Allie.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. Thank you. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye, everybody.